This brain rot needs a rework in Steal a Brain Rot. I'm talking about La Sahur combination with Tung Tung. This brain rot needs a rework in Steal a Brain Rot. I'm talking about La Sahur combination. With Tung Tung Sahur returning, this brain rot has become much more valuable. But the problem is that currently, the La Sahur combination is only 2 million a second, using just 3 Sahur brain rots. And it doesn't even include the main Tung Tung Sahur. I recommend buffing it to around 13.5 million with all the Sahur brain rots added. And since it's rare, it wouldn't affect the economy. Or just rename the old version to Sahur Teapot, so the real Sahur combination can exist. This brain rot needs a...
I entered a public server and said, I'm selling a raccoon for 1 shekel to the fastest one. At first, nobody had come up to me, but in the chat they wrote,
What? Me?
find me. Right at that moment, the 2 players on the server were in front of me, and the girl noticed and came closer to me.
Okay, here.
Both of them were in front of me, but whoever gave me their trading ticket would win the raccoon for 1 shekel. And neither of them had realized yet, whoever gives me the trading ticket first wins.
Wait. No.
It was clear that the girl hadn't bought any trading ticket, so she quickly went to buy it.
Oh.
And the other player seemed to be looking for it in his inventory. The girl had just gotten back from buying it, but the other player sent me the trade request. He had won the raccoon for 1 shekel, but the trading system wasn't working for me, so I had to give it to him as a gift.
Oh my god, no hell way.
And worst of all, the girl had my skin but in female version. I entered a public server.
Guys, this amazing kid just destroyed the 6'7" kid in the coolest way possible, and I've never felt more prouder of a stranger in my entire life, because when I saw this video for the first time, I couldn't my eyes that this was actually real. So I dig deeper into this kid's channel. But that's when I discovered that the reason why he made a video about roasting the 6'7" kid was because the brain rot kids were unfortunately making fun of him for having a different opinion about the 6'7" meme. So in response to all his haters, he dropped this absolute banger. And what you're about to hear right now will have you praise him for the rest of your life.
Saying 6'7" has been...
Guys, the new SpongeBob movie is cooked. So the new SpongeBob movie came out in theater a couple days ago, and let's just say people are not loving it. Currently, there is literally an entire TikTok trend where people walk out of the theater because of how bad it is. And that's not all. Apparently, it's nothing like the SpongeBob we grew up with. People said it's also way too inappropriate to be a kid's movie. But worst of all is that people are complaining about how many times Ice Spice randomly appears in the movie. Like, why is she in a kid's movie? The new SpongeBob movie.
This guy made the worst mistake of his life by not taking off his shoes at the beach, because now he had a bunch of sand inside them. He thought it was just a little bit, but as he walked to his car, there was still a lot coming out of his shoe. And even when him and his girlfriend wanted to go to sleep, he spent the whole night trying to get it out. And as he went to the theme park, he couldn't enjoy any ride because of it. His whole vacation was now ruined. And even when this artist painted a picture of him, it was him trying to get rid of the sand. And on his flight back home, he still didn't manage to get rid of it. But he will continue emptying the sand in your house if you don't like.
Swaggy Bros deserved better. And here's the thing, just look at this brain rot. The recipe for it should have been obvious. Swag, soda, and chillin' chili. But of course it is not like that. And if it actually was, crafting it would already require a limited brain rot, which would make it extremely hard to obtain. Because of that, its income would be 150 million a second. And its rarity should have been very limited instead of just limited. What do you think? Swaggy Bros.
So every time my sister comes to see me at work, she always asks me for something.
Cats, I believe, are way more evil than dogs now.
Why?
So
Why?
if you die in front of your cat, in an hour, they would start decapitating your body from the neck down.
What the fuck?
So a cat would decapitate your head first and then start eating everything until it was full. A dog is different though. It would wait until it was super, super hungry, because he would try and save your body. If no one's feeding him, then he would try to
eat you.
He would remain your team until it's necessary. Cats, I believe, are way more evil than dogs now.
A 17-year-old streamer was mid-match on YouTube Live when his
Wait for me!
Bro.
This guy made a video trying to figure.
Oh my god, Dad, why are you...
A guy bought himself an invisible car, but nobody believed him, so he proved that it exists. First, he wrapped it in a cloth, then put it on the scales, which showed its weight. Then he submerged it in water, and after some time, he decided to put the toy on the shelf with the other cars. A guy bought himself an invisible car, but nobody believed him, so he...
Sammy doesn't lie to us anymore. Remember the old days when during admin abuses, Sammy kept spawning what was supposed to be his base, and it always had terrible brain rots. But then he kept showing his real base on Streamer Lives, and it was obviously way better. So instead of lying to us again, he just stopped spawning it during admin abuses, and we haven't seen it for months, but that's not really a solution. He could spawn it less often, but at least add the brain rots players actually need for rebirth. Sammy doesn't lie to us anymore. Remember...
Excuse me, ma'am, are you pregnant?
No, I'm a.
Welcome to my empire. Everything the light touches is diamond.
I'm so excited for 2026.
Yeah, but there is one problem.
What?
In 2026, Valentine's Day, 4th of July, Halloween, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day are all on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Yeah, you know what that means? We're not gonna get any midweek holiday.
I'm so excited for 2026.
Yeah, but there is one.
Make me a yellow man, but make his full body visible. But make him bald. Okay, now make his belly a lot bigger.
Plants vs. Brainrots is going to die unless they change this one thing. Right now, Plants vs. Brainrots is the biggest game on Roblox, but now there's a huge problem. See, this is Jandel, the owner of Plants vs. Brainrots, and earlier this year, his other game, Grow a Garden, was in the exact same position. But then he made everyone quit in the dumbest way. He accidentally added dupe glitches, which made everything in the game worth nothing.
A cat's tongue has many sharp barbs.
Do you know what the first meme is? Bro, so when you think of the first meme, you probably think of something from the early 2000s, right? Like that dancing baby or getting rickrolled for the 100th time. But the real OG meme is way, way older. Like before TVs, before smartphones, before the internet was even a thought. This thing went viral without a single share button. It was just a simple little drawing that soldiers started scribbling everywhere during World War II. It would be on the inside of tanks, on the bottom of ships, on random walls in cities they just captured. It became the world's first inside joke. And the meme was just a little doodle of a bald guy with a huge nose peeking over a wall with the words, "Kilroy was here." Do you know what the Sammy removed the Christmas index too early. Even though Santa's fuse and the advent calendar are still in the game, even though the shop still has the Santa sleigh and the gingerbread base, you can no longer obtain the Christmas base. If the Christmas index stayed, Sammy would have been forced to keep adding new Christmas and New Year brain rots into the index. And with only a few days left until Saturday, that's extra work he clearly didn't want to deal with. So instead of updating the index properly, he simply removed it early. That's why.
151720 21 22 25 27 30 31 38 41 41 Sahur 47.
This girl bought a.
Do not.
This guy has a crazy.
Guys.
What if I told you? There is a terrifying entity that haunts Christmas night. You better subscribe before you fall into its trap. He is called Tal Pohon Natal, a terrifying Christmas tree creature with huge legs and a single horrifying eye. Be careful. The eye looks terrifying, yet it strangely makes people want to stare at it endlessly. If you stare into its eye for more than 5
Steak was outside with Cruz and his family until Cruz ran. New Year machine is staying until summer in Steal a Brain Rot. Sammy made getting the brain rots required for the new limited ones so hard that almost no one was actually buying them. At the same time, the income of this tough toucan was one of the lowest among all recent releases. With requirements this bad and rewards this weak, it quickly became obvious that the New Year machine could not be temporary. That is exactly why Sammy later made getting Bunito much easier, so the machine would finally start moving instead of dying in place. New Year machine is staying until summer in Steal. Dark cartoon theories that will ruin your childhood. First, we all know Mr. Krabs has a daughter named Pearl who is a literal whale, but no one ever questions where her mom is. The theory suggests that Mr. Krabs found Pearl as a baby right next to her mother's lifeless body, who had been killed by a giant fishing hook. But the insane part is that this explains why there is an entire episode where Mr. Krabs is absolutely terrified of hooks, warning everyone to stay away from them. But what's even crazier is the theory behind Courage the Cowardly Dog. We always saw him fighting terrifying monsters in the middle of nowhere, but the theory states that Courage is just a normal dog living in a normal neighborhood. And since his owners are too old to take him for walks, he thinks his house is the whole world. So the monsters he sees are actually just normal people like the mailman or the vet, but his dog brain sees them as threats. But the craziest theory is about Tom and Jerry.